Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Oh, baby! Woo! We are really going to do a bang-up job here in today's video, folks. We're talking about the one and only internet computer, baby. Now, if you are interested in learning more about the internet computer, we're going to be talking about the ecosystem, what's going on. We're going to be talking about the charts, what's going on. So, Dfinity is straight up, folks, in Davos, and they are at the Davos 2024 convention. There are a lot of big world institution banks and financial institutions that are all in Davos. I mean, folks, look at this lady. She's balling out of control with a Chanel jacket. That thing's probably like $3,000. We've got some interesting stuff. Bitcoin could become less useful, folks. I thought that you guys could use that information. Now, this expert is warning that Bitcoin is going to become less useful. Peter Schiff, economist, has warned that new rules from the SEC led by the Iron Knight, folks, Gary Gensler, that's going to come and slaughter cryptocurrency, might make Bitcoin transactions more expensive. He believes this will make Bitcoin less useful and lower its price. Well, I mean, you got the Bitcoin Lightning Network. The thing is that people can use chain key Bitcoin on Dfinity's internet computer to trade Bitcoin, to avoid all of these high cost gas fees, to avoid all the congestion, and they can do it for almost free and instantaneously. Really cool. I'm a big fan of the 221 Bravo app. I can't wait to see what these guys have going for them, but it's kind of cool to see some of like the whale movements. I do have a 221 B Bravo NFT, so I can kind of look on there from time to time. But this is just interesting. I don't get on there a whole lot, but they have a new app coming out. Now, I want to give Emilio a huge shout out here. And a lot of people don't know who Emilio is. Emilio has been traveling around the world relentlessly promoting Dfinity and internet computer, folks. I mean, I don't know. I think this guy's probably spent more time on the road than he has probably at his own house. That's how busy this guy is. And he is off to Thailand. And I wish I was in Thailand. I love Thailand so much. But he is going to be speaking at the B2CG conference at Finstable Co. So this is going down January 19th, 11 a.m. Global Mountain Time, 7. Crypto Airborne saying a huge outflow of ICP from Coinbase yesterday. 127,515 ICP left the exchange. Currently only about 186,000 left. So that is very interesting to see. And it's not uncommon now to be seeing all of these exchanges like running out of ICP. You can see how Coinbase since November has just been running out. So it is what it is. Let me guys know what you think about FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, his parents specifically. His parents requested a dismissal of their lawsuit denying any involvement in any fraud or bad management. The parents of the former FTX CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried, have claimed that they are not a part, folks, of the fraud or bad management that happened in FTX. Their son's role in the company doesn't make them liable. This is an interesting thing, and it's very sad because Sam Bankman-Fried's parents are heavily connected to Caroline Ellison, whose father, I believe, was a professor at Stanford or Harvard, one of the two. And that guy was the boss of Gary Gensler. And so you have like this crazy love triangle of like bad actors, in my opinion. I don't think we still know the truth about what exactly has happened with FTX. But they're saying, no, we cannot be held liable, even though we were living in the frickin' house paid for by FTX money. Why don't we claw back some rent for all the victims. How about that? Now, folks, if you guys aren't already, follow me on Twitter. Because if you haven't followed me on Twitter, you missed out on this little nugget that I dropped today. Serious alpha. I analyzed the ICP charts, and we'll get into this in just 1 second. There's a two-way street happening right now with ICP. And really, when it comes down to it, there are two major patterns here that are shaping out that are either going to strip us butt naked or we are going to the moon. We'll get into that in just a second, but check me out at Real 6 Fig. Now, here's the markets. It's kind of like this icky, not too bad, but some coins are doing good. And we've got ICP, folks, succumbed to the Shiba Inu. So we are still sitting at about 5.5 Billy. B with a B, Billy. So what I've got kind of going on here and that I illustrated in this picture is really the very, very, in my own opinion, not financial or trading advice, but this very apparent setup for a possible head and shoulders pattern. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. There's also some things that get me really worked up about this chart. This is very important that you pay attention to the next 3 minutes of what I'm about to tell you. Okay? So with that said, there is a very, very strong neckline that is like, it's here. We have ICP gunning right on the edge. So, this is crazy. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the bearish possibilities here, and then I'm going to go over and show you guys what could be a bullish scenario here. So right now, we're seeing ICP trading at $12.19, and we'll throw up a Fibonacci time sequence and down to the hour. So you guys can see, you're going to have to figure this out today, January 17th, 5 p.m. Central Time. There could be a little bit of a reversal, increased volatility. We don't know until this thing executes, okay? But from what I'm seeing, and now what I'm going to do is kind of shift over to a bullish possibility here. So what I am kind of seeing on the charts here, we're going to get rid of the head and shoulders. But there does appear to maybe be some sort of falling wedge that could possibly be happening. We know this because we can draw these trend lines up like this, and we can see that things are starting to squeeze, and this could be a squeeze point just like this time sequence where we see price action do some tough acting to acting, baby, and that is reverse. That's what we want, right? We do not want a continuation. Now, when I start, that's not just the only bullish scenario here that I'm going to talk about. But the other thing is, folks, is that, we could almost make the argument that we've got a very, very prevalent, kind of top upper trend line area right at this $13.97 level. What I don't want to see is for this price action to dip lower than this price action here. If that happens, I'm going to get a little bit bearish, and we're going to switch over to a bearish scenario here in just a second as well. But what I would love to see happen is I'd love to see if we can somehow, some way, turn this into some sort of bullish momentum. I would love to see this ascending triangle maybe fill out. But there's something that I've got to warn you guys about because it's something that I see. And I'm never going to sugarcoat anything. I can promise you that. Like at all, ever. But there is this possibility of a harmonic pattern. So we need to really quickly see what's up with this harmonic pattern. Now, what I'm going to do is list this point here as A or X. You could also argue that this might be a valid spot to list as X as well. It's not going to change anything too much. Maybe we'll just go off this shoulder here. When I'm talking about these harmonic patterns, is that we are looking for an XABCD pattern to possibly occur. What I need to see is that you can kind of see like there's a hump here, and I'm just going to dumb this down. But basically what we want here, and this isn't what we want, this is how we can help confirm that this pattern could be playing out. We need to see at point C that price pierces through the 61.8, but does not go any higher than point A. Okay, so C is valid, right? I'm just going to delete some of this other stuff. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to measure X up to A, and basically we are looking for price action to come down to the 61.8 at least, but not wick further down lower than the 786. You know, if we go down to this little area here, I mean, that kind of fulfills things, and it doesn't change anything at point C. So, I mean, you could almost make this argument that this could potentially be a valid harmonic. Now, you know, when I'm looking here, basically these bullish Gartleys and these bullish butterflies, you know, there's all sorts of patterns, shark patterns, all sorts of stuff. Basically, what we're going to do is look for D. I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but we need to see some trend lines start breaking here in the next few hours. We need to wait till like 5 p.m. in my opinion. This is not financial or trading advice. But in order to see where this thing could end up, you know, we basically got to measure from point B up to A. You know, we could see the $11.57 level. If things get really bad, folks, $8.66. I'm hoping that we don't see any of that. But just keep that in the back of your head because, you know, things happen. And really, there's a lot of volume down around that $8.60 level. There just is. So we're going to go ahead here and clear this. But yeah, we definitely need to play the waiting game, in my opinion, just see what happens with price action. 5 p.m. Central Time. We should have a good idea of, you know, are we going to get the bounce and maybe come up and rip off this this ascending triangle that I am praying happens? Folks, it would be awesome to see. That's all I've got for you today. All I've got. Giving you my heart and soul today. Subscribe, hit that like button. I'm going to go live, so you're going to want to hit that notification button. And we'll see you guys all on the next video. Peace out.
Every block